So, hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing some commentary for a Halo 3 legendary, not speed run, but the devastating achievement is what we were going for, which you get for completing the Halo 3 campaign on legendary in under 3 hours. So, in this run, there was myself, and then Matt, who's here with me right now.
What's up?
And then it was my two youngest brothers were in the game as well, Sammy and Joey. And you'll see them throughout this on the screen. Sam was the Arbiter, and then Joey was the blue alien. You were the pink one, and then I was the Master Chief.
Yeah, rightfully so.
So, the campaign was a lot of fun to do. We had done a Halo 4 playthrough, but because the Halo 4 doesn't support the theater mode, we weren't able to record any of it, which really sucks because it was a great run.
We had a lot of good footage on those.
We definitely did. So we did Halo 4 first, and then came back to do Halo 3, and I forgot how much fun that was. Halo 3 is probably one of my favorites. I think I might like ODST and Reach more, but Halo 3 is definitely up there.
Yeah.
And we turned into amateur speedrunners doing this. Very amateur speedrunners.
Yeah. Okay. We're just throwing grenades at nothing.
Do not misconstrue that as me saying that we are speedrunners by any chance, or by any means. We literally would, our main tactic for most of the campaign was to just move as quickly and aggressively as possible. And then on certain spots when we couldn't be moving forward, we would have one player do the anchor tactic, which is a player stands back and then just lets the teammates spawn repeatedly on that person.
Yeah.
So most of the footage you're going to see is from my perspective, only because the other players, you can't see their first-person perspective, which stinks. But I do make sure that I have a lot of long pan shots, and I get you guys in there as much as I can too.
Nice.
So we're nearly done with the first level already, which was kind of a breeze. It is mostly open, and we didn't have a whole lot of trouble with it, except for maybe a couple of the choke point parts, like when the pelicans go down, or really that was it. I'm kind of thinking back.
I can't really think of anything either that we had real trouble on.
Yeah, not on this level at least. This was a pretty easy one. So you're about to see on the screen here in a moment, we were going for the par times on each level as well. We were kind of using that as a benchmark to keep track of how we were doing. So Sierra 117, we were able to do the split with 1 minute and 9 seconds in our favor. Second level, Crow's Nest. This one, you can really utilize the co-op a lot in getting for the game to move ahead at certain points by having characters just stand in a certain spot. So, he's over here fraternizing with the Marines.
Yeah, he was like, I should just kill these fucking Marines. I'm like, don't do that. Yeah. Like, let's just go. No, I'm gonna kill them.
So another tactic here was just to move forward. As long as you are moving forward and you don't have any of your teammates die, you can usually beat the par time. There's only a couple of exceptions where it doesn't work out, where you actually have to utilize some kind of skips. But a lot of it is just, progressing forward at all times. So here we had 3 players sitting back, and then Joey was down here just shooting everything that landed out of the drop six. And then if he were to die, he would just respawn.
Yeah.
So I threw a grenade there because that'll save that Marine. And then I should have had a shield with me, but I came up here and I grabbed the machine gun, and then as soon as my shields come back, I just start putting everything in that gun into that pipe, because that's where they're repeatedly spawning out of. So,
I thought that part was going to take so much longer.
We did it in one go. So I'm shooting at the pipe, killing everything that's coming out, and then I believe you as well. I actually cut to you. You have a machine gun as well, like this.
I think so.
And you're just laying waste to him. There you
go.
go.
Yeah, there you go. My phallic-looking elite, like a walking penis.
You like, this gun's so loud. So this part, the brute room leading into the barracks, it's not awful. A lot of it is just throwing grenades. The grenades in this game were so powerful and with 4 players tossing them at once, it allows you to make pretty short work of a lot of groups like this.
A lot of friendly fire too. I don't
A lot.
I don't know how many times I've landed on either Joey or Sammy's grenade.
We should have kept track of the deaths, but we did not. Yeah, as a matter of fact, it's funny you say that because here's a chieftain, and then I think like 4 grenades just land on camera, and then promptly.
I think Joey was like, "You guys!"
Yeah. So this part of the mission, we just kind of have to fight waves of jetpack routes.
Yeah.
So the 3 aliens are standing up here, and then I'm by the door, waiting for the next segment to load. Because as soon as the door opens, I could just run through. So all of the elites did elite stuff, and fought them. And I was down there shooting up towards the the control tower as well, helping out.
That's ridiculous.
So this part is unique because it gives you the opportunity to have everyone in the team holding a plasma turret at the same time, just because there's so many of them sitting around.
Yeah.
So we just move like a wave directly through all these guys. And then I go in here, start off the next segment, while trailing behind me are all of the elites. All of the elites with plasma turrets. This room was tough just because of all the fuel rods.
Yeah.
But I actually have an accelerated version here. Yeah, this is just us pouring. It's just people
God.
pouring out of the room while one person sits back.
Just shooting out of the fatal funnel.
Yes. A grenade here kills almost all of these drones, so that was pretty sick.
Holy shit.
So we really don't utilize a lot of big skips. We really just try to move really fast.
Yeah.
Because I know that there are speedrunning tactics that allow people to skip entire portions of these levels, but we just wanted to see if 4 normal people could do it just being really aggressive.
I love seeing it from a third-person point of view that there's no strategy here. It's just straight
So-
fucking throwing meat.
So there is a slight strategy, and that's just that I'm really familiar with these missions, so I was trying to always get to the next part.
True, yeah.
I was the one who was like moving it along while the 3 of you just killed everything.
Oh, I think you're saying, well, the 3 of you just fucked off.
Right, no.
I've been trying to make some funny moves. God damn it.
It was an incredibly effective strategy just because while 3 people basically fought and grabbed the attention, I was just running past people.
We like to have fun.
Yeah, we have fun here. So this Warthog segment, we actually we had to restart the whole mission because you guys didn't know how to get through this door.
Okay. So here's what happened. You kept saying just crash through. No, I swear to God, you said crash through. And me and Joey were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Here, I just left all 3 of you guys. But you all spawned right behind me. So.
Yeah, whatever. It took us a while.
Yeah.
We're just pawns.
Right? Yeah. Sammy here clutches this whole part. He was able to get himself onto one of the choppers, which got the team to more choppers, and then from there, I got so lucky and dodged that wraith shot, and then I just went directly to the end. There was another chopper we had to get through, but as long as you're, if you were to squeeze the trigger repeatedly, it actually shoots faster. So
really?
It gives you the edge up in, in firefights.
Oh, my goodness.
So the final sequence wasn't that bad, and after they learned how to get through the shield doors, we were able to make pretty quick work of this part as well.
You're like, no, you idiot! You walked through. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Dude, me and Joey were like running over people, fucking shooting them down, and oh god, that was a horrible way to end that. Anyway,
so we shaved a lot of time off of that level.
Yeah.
A lot. And the score is up there on the screen now. The next mission, the Storm. This one is fun. Yeah. It's actually it was a big mission when the game first came out, just because it introduces the Scarab, which we fight a little bit. And
that's right.
the only I know there's so many. Joey over here just laying him down,
just screaming in the mic.
Yeah. I think we run over like two of the brutes here. So there's a couple of types of missions here. There are the linear ones that you do not need to stop for any reason. Savo Highway was an example of that.
Yeah.
Even though you have to ditch the Warthog, you never need to stop progressing forward. Whereas in missions like this, you have to do things like kill the Wraith and wait a certain amount of time, or kill this boss.
Yeah.
You know, so we did lose a little bit of time on this one, but I think we still came in under par because there's a lot of the AA Wraiths. And then this one actually drove off the cliff. I found it whenever I went back to this. It decided that was a better option.
Like
so
3 elites and
yeah.
fuck this.
So here's the introduction of the Scarab. And there was some confusion on how dead it was.
Yeah.
So 2 of us are here shooting it with the rocket pods. I think it's Joey and I. While Sam, who's his thing is Ian, but Sammy was ready to hop on it while you were down there with the chopper. So
yeah,
we were just giving it to this thing, and then Sam here runs up and then blows himself up with a second rocket, and we didn't know if it was dead or not. So we're arguing, but sure enough, it exploded.
Yeah, you were like, hey, I don't think it's done.
Yeah.
And Sam's like, no, I think I destroyed it.
Sam's like, it's definitely dead. Trust me.
You're like, no, I don't think so. And then it blows up. You're like, okay, yeah.
So the rest of the level was linear. It the only part that gave us any trouble, and trouble is even like a funny word to use, was getting past the hunters, just because they're tough, Yeah. But we could have probably gotten around them, but then we would have to deal with the chieftain, and I think we were doing good on time, so we just decided, screw it, we'll we'll fight.
I love when we're just picking on this one guy. He's like, oh, you bastards. Like, come here. Oh, Jesus.
Dude, there was a lot of dying on this run.
Yeah, it was pretty graphic.
Yeah. In this final part.
I'm just in the scrotum of of whatever the hell this is.
You guys take it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I believe we came in under par. Yeah, we did.
Nice.
By 2 minutes.
God.
So this next level is my crowning achievement. The
Which one?
Floodgates.
Oh, man.
So we breezed through this mission. Absolutely breezed. I watched a couple of the speedrunning strategies on like good spots to jump, and I screwed up a couple of the landings, but I was able to replicate it pretty well. Again, without using like grenade jumps and stuff like that. Anytime we come across big groups like this, the frag grenades actually kill them really easily, which is great.
Yeah.
There's also lots of spots. Like here, instead of dropping down, you can shoot this window out and jump as well.
Oh, wow.
And that saves you a little bit of time. So this is the only part I almost died at, but you came around the corner right here and saved me. So we never lost forward momentum on this level.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I just recognized that like you were just gone, and me and your brothers were like, "Where's your brother?"
You're like fighting the whole time. Yeah, I got a couple parts there where I got stuck behind rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
We could have shaved another probably 20 seconds off of it just using these tactics, but we did so well that we figured why not. We'll just keep moving on. There's no reason to come back unless we need to. Another reason why we kept track of the time, just because if it were to come down to us needing to shave off precious minutes, we would have retried some of the trickier levels. So at this point, I think you're all dead. And then
it's our bodies in the ground.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I know. You get around them and then fall right in. And then here's a trick I learned, where if you have the gravity hammer, you can actually jump and skip yourself back a little bit.
What the hell?
It doesn't look like much, but in the grand scheme of a run, you can probably shave like 30 seconds off of it.
Wow.
Just because you walk so slow.
Yeah.
So here we are. We beat it by a whole 10 minutes, which is awesome. Really, really happy with the way that one turned out. So,
this one was a bitch to do. I remember this one.
Next up's the Ark. So,
God.
We restarted a couple of times throughout this one. Just because any mission that has vehicle segments, you need to get a little bit lucky. And we were not lucky.
No, we weren't. We were just getting blasted by wraiths. And some lucky grunt with the fucking, whatever that green blast thing is called, I forget.
The fuel rod guns?
Yeah, the fuel rod guns. I remember my elite was holding a penis-shaped weapon. I don't know why. But, yeah.
He was. Yes. So parts of the mission like this, they didn't give us a lot of trouble. we were just able to move forward. Here's Joey. Blue Elite.
Yeah.
Whenever you guys are in vehicles, it does give that perfect perspective, so I try to give that as much as I could.
Yeah.
So I stayed back and killed the wraiths that I could hit with the chopper, just because they can't shoot inside of this cave. And the only parameters to getting ahead of this part, I already killed the wraiths. I'm sorry, I already killed the wraiths, and then to kill everybody by this rock you see here on the left. So we did have another close call, but this right here is try like number 3. We restarted a few times, just because. Like so many of the guys there too, they have fuel rod guns, So
and just some measly grunts too.
Just groups of them. So here's the part where the I think Ford Unto Dawn comes in.
Yeah.
And the general tactic here was just for everybody to get into a Scorpion tank and then just try and never stop moving up.
Yeah.
And if we had to stop like we did there, to not stop long. Because 3 Scorpion tanks are just so strong.
Yeah, I remember who you talked to, but you were just like, just keep going forward.
Yeah.
We were like, Jesus, okay.
We made a lot of Stalingrad references in Enemy at the Gates. Like, when one man dies, pick up the rifle. Move for you. So the second scarab fight in the game is made easier just because we have access to tanks.
Yeah.
So at this point, there really wasn't any stopping, because we'd made good time up to here. We had some stoppages later, but, here we are with 3 tanks. We get the scarab down really quick, and then I think that Sam and I go up here and we just throw a bunch of grenades at it. So, we learned from our mistakes last time. And
you were just like, let me make sure you actually destroyed it.
So this part actually is really funny, or it comes back to bite us. So if you kill the Marines here, then you save about a minute, because Guilty Spark will zap one of the Marines and bicker back and forth, and then the whole time the clock's running. But if you kill the Marines,
yeah, you saw that. Yeah.
If you kill the Marines, then he never stops. But when we did that, Guilty Spark out of nowhere just decides I'm not really cool with what just happened. So we activate this part. And then here, Guilty Spark's like, this has been weighing on me, and I have to do something about it. So he just starts whacking the team.
I remember Joey freaking out. He's like, "It's attacking me!"
Dude, he got us, but thankfully, and he never became good again. No. we just sort of avoided it.
That one brew had no idea what the fuck was coming.
Yeah. But then it made me upset, because if he could do that the whole time, then why the fuck wasn't he helping the team? Telling me he could have been, Spartan lasering people, essentially.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. So, the final fight wasn't awful at all. The team just sort of divided and conquered. But I still think that it was a rough run, and we only came a little bit under par.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, and we were moving, too.
And that was our 3rd try.
Yes.
Fuck.
But that mission was no challenge compared
this fucking mission.
to
Jesus Christ.
the Covenant. We started this one back probably 5 times.
Yep.
And to make matters worse, we got to the end right before you go into the cathedral and fight the flood on the way out and stuff. And the game just froze up. It wouldn't get past the cutscene.
Right.
We had made a crazy good run, and it froze on us. So it forced us to do the whole thing again. This part was rough because of the Banshees, and then this part was rough because of the Wraith. But what we ended up doing was we parked the Warthog on the left side of the entrance here, and then just had our players respawn and just go down there and try and get through them, just because.
Look at us just jump in.
It's just over and over and over again.
I remember one run. I felt so bad because I accidentally ran over you.
Yeah.
And then I died.
Yeah.
And then we...
It happens. I mean, it happened a lot. There's a lot of friendly killing. Yep. So here's an example of what I was talking about earlier, where as long as we position players in certain spots, we could move really quickly through scenes. So here Sam is activating the thing, and then I was already on the elevator, ready to ready to activate it. So it saves you about probably 10 seconds of running back and forth.
It's rude as fuck.
It's very rude, but
but it works.
the Hornet battle was hysterical because Joey died so many times.
Yeah.
And he's not bad at flying by any means. He would be the only one who would be targeted by like 6 banshees at the exact same moment, and they would all just shoot him out of the sky.
For some reason, my game just couldn't process that part. So every time I got on one of those things, I ended up on the fucking sea.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was frustrating to say the least.
So this part, I've never seen this before. We came across the elevator and it was on the top.
Yeah.
It was up there, and we had to wait for it to come down.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it was doing that.
Dude, we were all so stressed out.
Yeah, we thought that maybe the entire run of the level was done for, but it came down about 30 seconds later.
There was one time when the door completely shut on us, on me and Sammy, and we had the tank, and it cut us in half.
Yep.
And there was no tank. It was the worst.
This fight was not the worst thing ever.
It wasn't ideal either. It was pretty shitty.
And then as soon as we got inside the cathedral, the run to the end was easy, and then the run out was pretty easy as well. Only because with 4 players, and as long as one person is back, you have unlimited respawns. So
yeah.
But despite our best efforts, we still came in over par time here.
That last part was pretty quick though.
Yeah. The Cortana mission. So, arguably one of the most annoying missions in the whole game, just because of the constant stoppages.
Yeah.
I mean, right here, I think that I include one just to show. So you have the Gravemind and Cortana basically arguing with each other and with the Master Chief and the team the whole time. So I think there's a total of like maybe 90 seconds of stoppages in this.
Yeah.
And there are ways to get around it, by using grenade jumps and, gravity hammer jumps and stuff. But again, we were really just doing this to see if 4 regular players not utilizing a lot of tricks could do it,
I don't know how anyone could do this in single player mode.
If people do it, man.
It's insane. Like, what the fuck?
There are some wild speed runs.
Yeah, and Cortana's just in all fours, like,
The
Gravemine's like,
There's a YouTuber, Naked Eli, who he stopped actually making YouTube videos, but he has like a whole back catalog of like hundreds of them, and I use some of his advice and tips on this run. Here I just like lit the whole team on fire on accident. Except the only one alive was you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. You were like, someone who's alive.
Yeah. That's something that was said a lot. Was like, do we have one man up?
Yeah. It's like, it's me.
So this part, I ran over here and died in the process, but I was able to hit the button to expose the cores or the pylons.
I love that.
And then Sam was already prepared with the brute shot and just took this one down right away. You and Joey went and did another one, and then Sam and I tackled one as well.
Jesus.
And there's a pretty cool jump here where I should have died, just because I went up there and just started like punching it. Because I had no more ammo left at the time, and then it starts to fall, but I make the jump up anyway.
Oh!
I was so lucky.
Yeah, Master Chief's like, ah!
Yeah, he's like, oh, shit. So the way out, we got lost on the way out, even though I thought that we
we did, yeah.
Thought we'd optimized it. We ended up costing ourselves like a few minutes just because the mission's just such a drag the whole time.
That was a pain in the ass mission.
Yeah. But we were able to get out and get onto the Pelican to finish the level.
Oh, gosh.
Yep, we came in under par too.
Who the fuck can do that under 15 minutes?
People.
The
final mission.
Ah, Jesus. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, no. So... This one was another one we restarted many times, probably 5 or less, but probably
it was a hefty number of
like
times.
The main tactic here is to just run through everybody.
Yeah.
But because of the way Halo 3 was, the way that the Flood acted off camera, was as long as you weren't looking at them, they didn't really pursue you a lot. But with 4 players, chances are one person is looking at an enemy at any given time.
Yeah.
So they swarm you the whole time.
Ridiculous, man.
And we didn't get checkpoints on the way up the spire.
Oh my god.
Just because one of us was always in conflict, and it was so hard to find a moment to catch your breath. So the part here where we needed to open the door, we died a few times, and we had to start the whole mission from the very top. You know, here we are, one at a time, going down.
Who kept picking up the flamethrower?
It's Joey.
Oh, he was all of you guys were like, drop the fucking flamethrower, Joey.
So that was attempt number 1.
He was like, but it's good.
Here's attempt number 2.
I had no idea what was going on. I think I muted myself because my kid was acting crazy. That it, he's just watching this chaos on screen and instead of Cocomelon.
Yeah.
He's just watching alien violence.
So
oh god.
Here's the team going down again. Well, then on the 3rd try,
oh my gosh,
we we had enough of it. So here we are climbing the whole thing again, but we're like, yeah, let's wait here and see if we can force ourselves a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Because if 4 players sit still long enough,
dude, you were so stressed. You were like, hey, don't get up there.
Yeah,
stay down.
I was stressed out because I was done with.
Everyone duck.
At this point, I was tired of playing Halo 3. This was the span, trying to get 4 people in 4 different locations playing the same game. Like, this took us like a week to do. Not because it was hard, necessarily, just because people didn't want to play it, so...
Yeah.
We finally get in here, and we start our fight with the 343, which went by without incident whatsoever. 4 people shooting at them.
Yeah.
We got out, and then we made it to the Warthog, final Warthog run.
Oh my god. Me and Sammy were just...
Yeah, I have that in here.
Oh, dude.
So Joey and I take a Warthog, and then you and Sam take another one.
He's like, Matthew, get over here now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here you guys are.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have every single one.
Dude.
So I was laughing at you guys, and I was like, man, how do you screw this up? But I don't even have any cuts. So here we are, right after I was like laughing at you. we're driving along, and then the Warthog does that thing where it just loses it on the end.
Yeah.
And then
oh yeah.
we go.
Joey jumped out.
Joey didn't. He wasn't having it. So that was the only time we died on it.
Yeah.
But for you guys, it was a a little bit of a different story.
It was. I don't even know what the fuck happened. One other time, we had. I think it's gonna happen later on now. But the platform beneath us just became invisible, and we just fell right through. And right now, I'm just like, come on, Sam, let's show the son of a bitch. It was a mess. I think here.
No, okay, so this is where it started to fall and it took you with it.
Oh, that's right. We accepted our fate.
Yeah, there's nothing I could do. So we proceeded forward to the forward.
Yeah, and then Joey was like, "Oh, Sam, what happened? You died?"
Yeah.
And Sam's like, "Shut up."
So we land, and then you guys come back immediately as soon as we hit the floor.
Yeah. Then I was like, "All right."
Yeah. So I don't even cut this camera. Watch. I just look. This is how fast you died again.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's because I was like, all right, let's take our gloves off. Let's stop playing with our feet.
Like, let's get serious about this.
Yeah. I was just trying to shoot the fucking, those little flood. Okay, this is where the platform just, there you go. Dude, Sammy was so pissed. And so was I. I was like, what the fuck? We were right behind you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man.
So here's the final sprint.
Dude, I legitimately thought that you had to land the Warthog in that hole to make it.
You generally do just because, you know what I mean? But it always activates a cutscene right here.
Yeah.
You know.
I always thought it would be really shitty if like the two front wheels landed and then you just.
But that was the final mission, and then the final time, right here, was 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 55 seconds. So we were able to do it in with a whole 49 minutes and 5 seconds to spare.
That's so incredible.
Which was awesome.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun doing it.
It was a lot of fun.
So, thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed.
Thank you.